Hello and welcome to another video. My name is John. We're playing Standard today. This is a daily event. It's going to be 4 rounds of Swiss. I'm going to be playing an Esper control list that's directly copied from the top 8 list from Grand Prix Atlantic City. And we've lost a die roll. And I believe we have an acceptable hand, so we're going to keep. And let's see how this goes. Just to give you guys a little bit of a warning, this is the first time I picked up this deck. This has been an assignment from the mtgnoob. He told me that he wanted me to post up a standard video. I asked him what deck he would like for me to post, and he said Esper Control would be a cool choice. So we're going to be doing it, and hopefully you guys enjoy it. We get to see the feel and the play of the deck, see what its good and its bad matchups are, and hopefully this will give you an idea of what works in standard, what doesn't work. And in mtgo, if you're ever going to be playing constructed there's going to be a lot of cheap aggro decks because it actually rewards the people for playing cheap aggro. The MTG grinder is looking to make profit. And if you have a cheap deck that has a solid win percentage, and it's fast, that means you win the game fast, or you could lose the game fast, it's going to benefit you because, one, the cost of your deck is going to be low, which is obviously beneficial for obvious reasons. I hate to say the word obvious too many times, but it's also quick, which also means that, let's see. All right, I'm very tempted to destroy whatever it's going to be soul-bounded with because it's the secondary ability of this Ashila is really not that important. So I could, if I destroy the Cackler here, I'll be saving 2 more points of damage. I think I'm just going to do that. Oh, it's multicolored. I can't do that. So in case it wasn't obvious before that, it's the first time picking up this deck, it should be obvious now. And we also made a little bit of a mistake in turn 1. I made the decision to play the Drowned Catacomb turn 1 before I saw what I drew, and since I drew the Isolated Chapel, I should have played the Isolated Chapel first because I knew I had an island in my hand, and play the island, the Drowned Catacomb is going to play untapped, and if I don't draw Swamp or Plains, the Isolated Chapel is going to come into play tapped, and that might end up costing us, like next turn when we want to play Lingering Souls possibly. So, yeah. Okay, we're going to take 4 here, go down to 12. The reason why quick decks are favored by the mtgo grinders is that, okay, so we're going to play Isolated Chapel tapped and play the Augur Bolus. Is that in order for you to grind profit, you're going to have to go through your matches quickly, and the mono red deck, you're going to know right away if you win or you lose. So cheap aggro decks is favored by the mtgo grinder. Okay, our opponent missed his 3rd land drop, so we know he has at least 4 business spells right now. Hopefully he remains land screwed, because that's probably the only way we could win this game right now. I wouldn't say we're in a horrible position, but what this hand really lacks is an endgame and a way to deal with Hellrider besides dissipating it. That means we can't really spend our mana during our main phase to play our Lingering Souls, unless he keeps on missing his land drops. So the saving grace right now is that he's missing his land drops, because if he was making his land drops along with applying this much pressure, we would be in deep to-do. So I think if he has like a... I don't think he has a Searing Sphere, because if he did, he would just Searing Sphere our Bolus and attack for 4. I think he has a Pillar of Flame, so that means we should block the Lightning Mauler. Well, even if he didn't suspect him having a Pillar of Flames, we should block the Lightning Mauler anyway in order to get the trade in. But I'm suspecting that he has a Pillar. He's going to Pillar this, and he's going to play another 1-drop. Nope, I was wrong. Just Stone Rights. Alright, that's wonderful, because that's going to make our... that's a good top deck. That's going to make our Lingering Souls really good. I don't think there's any 1-mana spells I could bluff, so I don't think it really matters what mana I keep up. So, from his play, I'm going to deduce that he just drew this mountain, and he has 3 cards in his hand. The 3 cards are not burn spells whatsoever. They're going to be no Searing Spheres and no Pillar of Flames. So I'm suspecting he has 4 or 5 drops in his hand. Or a 3-drop, like a Pyroheart Wolf or something like that. So we're going to block here. Okay, I'm gonna block the soulbound stone right. I'm gonna block this one over here. I'm gonna block over here. I want to get rid of the stone rights. I don't really care if he puts an additional +1 to get rid of the auger bolus, because we could flash back the lingering souls. We could replay our lingering souls, and we also have snapcaster to the ultimate price. So I'm gonna suspect this is a prior heart wolf over here. Oh, Brimstone Valley, interesting. Okay, that's okay. So we have a couple of options here. We didn't draw our 5th land, which we would have loved to have happened. Okay, we have 2 options. We could pass the turn and have Dissipate, Snapcaster, Flashback open in case he draws his 4th land and Hellrider, because I think his hand is full of 3 and 4 drops. He already showed us a Brimstone Valley, so Brimstone Valley is in play. The reason why we would want to flashback Lingering Souls is that we could have Azurius Charm and Snapcaster open. And the Azurius Charm could give us the lifelink in order to get back 3 life to get back to. The thing is, I have to decide right now how devastating the Hellrider is going to be. If he has one in hand and he draws another mountain. And I think we can't be the Hellrider in this situation. Let's see. If I play the Lingering Souls flashback with the Azurius Charm, he attacks. Hellrider brings us down to 3. We triple block Hellrider. Go lifelink, go down to 4. No, we'll be okay. You know what? I think I'm just going to pass here. I really wish we drew the 5th drop so we could flashback Lingering Souls and still have Dissipate mana open. But the Hellrider I think is going to be devastating, because if he follows up with a Hellrider and we do the triple block Azurius Charm play and then he has another Hellrider, I don't think we could beat that. So we're just going to block here. If he has a burn spell, he has a burn spell. He'll die bravely for our cause. Okay, Prior Heart Wolf. Okay, I think we're going to have to dissipate that here. The reason being that if I don't dissipate it, I'm going to have to like Detention Sphere it. And then that's going to take away counterspell magic up for the next turn anyway, so might as well dissipate it and have more options available. And now I think we're going to have to flash back the Lingering Souls. And we're going to pass with the... Okay, that was a bad play by my part. I tapped the wrong land. I should have had the Isolated Chapel open, so we could have Azurius Charmed or even cast another Lingering Souls. But, yeah, that was bad. So if he plays Hellrider, we're going to go down to 3 here. And thank goodness he didn't play a Hellrider. Another Wolf. That's fine with us. To play a Jace here, +1 it. We're going to be taking only 1 damage from the Cackler. The Hellrider is going to be dealing us 3 with the Cackler damage and an additional 3 that'll kill us. So I don't think Jace is the answer here. Let's see. If he attacks with if he casts a Hellrider and he attacks us. Okay, so if he casts a Hellrider and attacks us, we're gonna take 3, go down to 2. We're gonna need 6 blockers. We could produce 5 blockers. So we're gonna be taking 1 from the Pyro Heart Wolf. Kill the Cackler, have no more blockers left. Excuse me, 1 blocker left first. Hellrider. Then we play Tension Sphere on the Hellrider and we die to the Pyro Heart Wolf. Okay, that's a bad line of play. I think we gotta just Tension Sphere the Pyro Heart Wolf right now. And if he draws it, yes, yes I would. And if he draws a Hellrider and he attacks, we're definitely gonna kill. Yep, there's the Hellrider that we were afraid of. Okay, we're gonna go down to 3. So the last card in his hand could be anything. We know it's a business spell because he misses land drops. I think what we're going to have to do is decide how many creatures we want to have left over for us to try to gain life with the Azurius Charm. With that being said, how are we going to do this? Okay, so if I play Snapcaster, not flashing back anything, the Snapcaster could do 2 damage to the Cackler, trading with it, and I could sacrifice a Spirit Token to the Hellrider. That seems silly. Really wish we had more mana. Or more colored mana, of course. Let's see. If we play Snapcaster, block on the Hellrider, block there, we go down to 3. But I really feel like 3 is too low. I think he could kill us from 3. I'm pretty sure he could kill us from 4. But 4 means he needs to have a Hellrider in his hand for it to happen. So we're gonna play the Snapcaster here. Ultimate price, sure. Blockers. Block it like that. The aggro bolus is going to survive. Then you could attack Azuria's Charm. And if you draw like another blue source, we could play Jace +1. If you draw a white source, we could do Lingering Souls. But I really want to get to 4 life. And I want it to happen during my main phase. So if he has like a Brimstone Volley in his hand, we don't just lose. And if he has a Hellrider in his hand, I think we just lose anyway. But it's less likely, because he already showed us 1 copy of Hellrider. Unless he's cheating somehow, he shouldn't have more than 4 copies of Hellrider in his hand. And there's a higher chance he has more burn spells that deal 3 damage, and Hellrider that could deal us 4. Sorin, Lord of Innistrad. Does this change anything? Okay, so we have a couple of options here. If I really want to gain the life, I can with the Azuria's Charm with the lifelink on the aggro bolus. Doesn't seem like the greatest play in the world. What we can do is Jace -2 and see, just pick the pile with the land, if there's a pile with the land. Have it come into play, and then hopefully it's a blue source. Okay, and we could Azuria's Charm with that, and we'll have a Jace in play. Or we could Sorin, Lord of Innistrad, +1 on the Vampire path. Or we could Lingering Souls. That seems the worst option, and flashback. If I only knew what was inside his hand. I'm suspecting it's a burn spell, to be honest. I really do. It could be a burn spell, it could be a Hellrider. Jeez. What's the option? What's the best play here? I think I'm just going to play the Jace here. And I think how he makes his pile is going to give us more of a read on what's in his hand. Oh, that's bad. I like the fact that he's taking his time thinking, because that means he just doesn't have a burn spell to kill us. And he's afraid of a Wrath-of-God. Okay, we're going to select this pile over here. And since we didn't draw lands to Azuria's Charm this turn, we're just going to pass here, and hopefully it doesn't have like a Brimstone Valley or a Searing Sphere, or like 2 Pillar of Flames, or anything like that. Believe it or not, the hope is that he has like a Hellrider. Alright, he has a Hellrider. I guessed wrong, but because of fortuitous nature of magic, we're not dead. Jump block here. We're going to Jace -2 here. I really want to draw another land. And we whiff. Yeah, I think we're going to have to select this pile here. I'm gonna cast Forbidden Alchemy. No, I'm not gonna do that. I think we lose the burn spells, period. So we can't really play around it. Yeah, I'm gonna play the Forbidden Alchemy here. There's no reason to bluff counter magic. If he had a burn spell, he'd just burn our face anyway. I can't think of any reason for him not to do it, so yeah. Take the Hellrider here. And, nope. Honestly, I think it's Sorin, but I haven't really played enough for me to answer that question honestly to my opponent. Okay. Hopefully he just soul bounds with the Hellrider so we could just kill it when he declares his intention to go to attack phase. Yeah. Alright, we're finally drawing some lands. Let's Sorin it up. And we're going to cast Lingering Souls here, and hopefully he doesn't top deck a burn spell to burn our face, because next turn we're going to be Sorin Embleming, and then we're going to Azurius Charm Lifelink. Okay, that's a good sign. Okay, +1 vampire. Okay, so this will get us out of next turn, hopefully. Brimstone Volley range. Hopefully. Also, this deck seems to take a long time to play. It probably doesn't hurt that I have to commentate and try to verbalize my reasonings. So this deck seems to be a very slow deck to play. That's a factor in maybe you deciding not to play this kind of deck on mtgo. Okay, he has a Searing Sphere. We need counter magic, so think twice. That doesn't work. And I think we just did. Draw a card. No, we're dead. Next card. Yeah, that's kind of making me regret how we played the last turn over there. I was very tempted not to double block the Cacklet, just put one spirit in it, attack with the spirit lifelink with the Azurius Charm, and then make another vampire to chump block there to bring us down to 4. That would have left the Cacklet there left over, but with the Lingering Souls, it doesn't really matter about his dudes like that. It matters about our life total. And I think that was a little bit of a misplay. Not a little bit. That was definitely a misplay. We should have definitely only blocked the Cackler with one Lingering Souls token and gained additional life. But we didn't do it, so I think that's a lesson learned, and hopefully we won't make that mistake again. So I think I'm going to take out some of these dirty cards that really don't do much, like the Forbidden Alchemy, the Think Twices, and a Dissipate. I think the Dissipate's a little bit too slow of a counterspell. We are on the play, but still, 3 casting costs, it's not where you want to be against a fast aggro deck like that. We're going to put the Vault of the Archangels here. So another way to get lifelink that touch. We're not going to be milling them out most likely, and we're bringing in cards that are going to try to interact with him more. Okay, and let's see if we can play a little bit faster. This hand isn't great, but it's acceptable. Maybe if I had more experience with this deck, I would be able to tell you right away that this hand is completely unkeepable against mono red, but I don't, so it is what it is. That's a nice Jace there. By nice, I mean not so nice. So we're going to be taking 3 here. If he has Ashila, 5. Lightning Mauler, 5. Lightning Mauler it is. I think we're definitely going to O-ring his Merciless Predator here. We definitely need to draw more lands that produce color. Okay, we have Detention Sphere. That's sweet. Let's O-ring. This is another hand that really can't beat a Hellrider. Seems to be a lot of those hands in this deck, which is unfortunate. He doesn't have a creature anymore, so there has to be all burn spells in his hand. Oh, okay, that was a mistake by our opponent. He let us save 2 additional damage, or our opponent has a Hellrider in his hand and wants to wait for the Soulbound to happen turn 4, but Hellrider has haste, so that makes no sense. Okay, I think our opponent just misplayed, and thank you very much for that. We needed the help. Okay, we're gonna Jace +1. This is a key turn for us. Okay, so we could either Jace +1, or we could Detention Sphere away his Cacklers. If we Detention Sphere away his Cacklers, and he has a Hellrider, let's see. We get dealt 5 + 2, 7 damage, we go down to 6. If we Jace +1 here, and he has a Hellrider, we take 4 damage from the Hellrider trigger abilities, plus we take another 3 and 2, 9 damage. But we have a Jace in play. Yeah, I like the Jace play better. Especially since we need the 5th land, and hopefully next turn we could Detention Sphere and have Ultimate Price up. But let's just hope he doesn't have a Hellrider. But the Hellrider is the big haymaker in this deck against us, against anybody, I would assume. And that's the card that we live in fear of. And no Hellrider. Hopefully it's just like a Pyreheart Wolf or something. Okay, that's acceptable. Alright, everyone's coming at us. The Jace triggers. Oh, that's a nice one to top deck. +1 again. I think the play here is the Rock's Faith Mender, since we didn't draw our 5th land. This doesn't give him a profitable attack. If it's Hellrider, we take 5. Block the Hellrider, we go up to 5, go down to 4. We're going to take 4 damage from these dudes. Go down to 0. Block the Hellrider, we go up to 2. Not the greatest situation in the world, but it is what it is. Alright, we should be taking a net loss of 1 life, going down to 8. I think he's going to Brimstone Volley either our face or the Faith Mender. Yeah. No, our face. Uh-oh, that's a bad sign for us. Oh, sweet. Sweet, sweet, sweet. No, not so sweet. We don't have black mana. Actually, we could produce a black mana with the Ghost Quarter. So... okay, the play here is going to be... okay, the play here is going to be, we're going to Detention Sphere. take away his cacklers. And we're going to attack with the Faith Mender because 3 life is not the position we want to be in. We want to be at least in 5 life. We're going to +1 Jace. And we're going to Ghost Quarter our Nephilia's Drownyard for a swamp if we need it. Okay, I don't want to ultimate price here because I'm afraid of triggering his Morbid with the Brimstone Valley here. So I'm just going to take 1 to go down to 4. So this will require him to have 2 burn spells to kill us instead of just 1. Although that could be the wrong choice since it looks like he's going to kill us here. Yep. Well, we were dead anyway. Alright, well, so we lost. I'll see you for round 2.